Hey friends, it's Bailey from the Fountain Pen Ink Station. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well day or night where you're at. I got mail. I'm so excited to open this. I got a few packages to open, but we're gonna just kind of do a piecemeal because once you get a bunch at one time, it gets a little overwhelming. So this first one is from Soe and Soe. I know a lot of people have done it already, but it's my second time ordering from Soe and Soe. They're super fast shippers. It comes from Australia, and they take care of customs, so it's built into the price. I've yet to get a tariff bill for either purchase. So I'm gonna open this off to the side so I can hide my mailing address underneath here. So give me a second. They really package this. Holy cow. Ta-da! That was a lot harder than I thought, but to you it was probably easy. Of course that was upside down. All right, so here's the packaging. I'm gonna try to save this because every time I get a package I like to keep it for my journal. Okay, so this one is number 56, Hiroka Shidanka. It's actually one I've been wanting to try. That's pretty. Dear Bailey, thank you. And then I can never read what the names are. Ta-da! Hide that. It's got my mailing address. Oh, stop. These are so freaking cute. Oh, I can't wait to show those. Alright, and I got PenBBS ink. I actually did not go crazy on samples. Only because I knew that I wanted to get full ink bottles. So I restrained myself this time. But I think next time I'm going to do a bunch of samples. Alright, so the first one is Fanyantan Silver Horn King. That's the only 2mm sample I got. And then I got Dream Ink Mermaid. Dream Ink Cyclic Days. I almost got a full bottle, but I'm glad I didn't. And then Dream Ink Rose in the Yard. And then the first Sailor ink I got, let's see if the bottle says. Nope. And then there's this one. I'll look it up real quick. Okay, so this one is Fur-iday. I should have figured the cat's throwing things in the air and celebrating. And then this one is probably then the Mewsday Tuesday. Cat's kind of over it and just at his desk. And then this is PenBBS. Also known as something else on AliExpress, but it's number 444. Sometimes that's easier to find on AliExpress if that's where you're going to get it. All right, let's start with the samples. I'm kind of curious to see how these look. Where's my labels? Okay. There's no shimmer in Fanyantan Silver Horn King. I'm actually not sure how much shimmer's in any of these. I've only had a few Fanyantan inks. I think all of them have been chroma shading. So I like to put them in a broader nib. So if you have a nib that doesn't like thinner or drier inks, I would say put it in a different nib. At least that's been my experience so far. I wanted to try and expand my horizons for blue ink. since I've been giving it a lot of disdain on my 30 Inks 30 days. Because I do like writing with blue ink, but it's always the same type of blue ink. And I love chroma shading ink, so I thought maybe this would branch me out, get me to like it a little bit more. Typically, I like writing with, sorry for reaching, like Kobe Mica West Pearl, and those shades of blue, or really bright green leaning ones, such as, what is that one? It was Colorverse Cat and Colorverse Morning Star. Okay, and these other 3 samples are Dream Inks. Let's go with the first blue. Dream Ink Cyclic Days. And oh, there is shimmer, so I'm gonna shake it really good. And all of their 5mm bottles come in these little, like, baby bottle type things. So you can either use this and you know, go like that, or you could just take that out, and I think you get too much when you do that, but and this is in my Hobonichi notebook. I want to see how it behaves, because I think Jane over at why am I drawing a blank right now? I'll link her channel down below. She had the same issues I'm having, and she's noticed an improvement a little over halfway through hers. So cyclic, we're gonna persevere because I like how it shows off the ink. So it looks like maybe a yellow, or even, I guess, gold ink. So far I like it. And then I don't remember, let's do Dream Ink Mermaid. Has anybody tried Dream Ink? I've really started to really enjoy them after getting samples. I ordered some samples from Reddit. I'm not gonna do the dropper on that one. And then I had bought and showed, I think I already played that video, a bottle of the Green Crocodile Pond. It was a green ink. They have some really cool things going on with their inks that I'm here for. I think their shimmer, though, needs to be a little bit finer, because it tends to settle really fast. So, you know, fidget with your pen or shake it before you use it, just to distribute that shimmer really good. And then we have Dream Ink Rose in the Yard, and that's got like a rainbow iridescent shimmer. So I'm gonna shake it. This is really pretty. Oh, that shimmer is crazy. Holy, see, this is what I mean. Do you see that, friends? So you want to make sure that when you shake it real good. You know, I hate to say that, but yeah. Wow. I think that is mostly shimmer. This reminds me of the Thousand Peaks. I think it's rose quartz, but with a ton of shimmer. Or Vinta Liquid Sepia. Is that the right one? There's 2 that I'm thinking of on the Vinta line. I think that's the right one. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get a full bottle of this just because it's so shimmer heavy. I'm gonna have to see what it does in a pen, because I think it was Vinta Isabel in a pen, and it did not do well. So we'll see. It's very pretty though. I'm really liking how it's drying, because it looks like it's drying pretty fast. Yeah, I kind of wish I would have picked up a bottle of the Cyclic Sunny Days. That's actually really pretty. All right, those are our 4 samples. Let's do our bottles. so we're gonna do the Mewsday Tuesday one first. I'll grab a label. None of these have shimmer, so I don't have to shake them. And these were an exclusive with, is it Poesie? And I got mine on Soe and Soe. I think they're sold out. I'm not sure if they're going to relaunch them, so I apologize if you want them and they don't have any. Abby over at Saturn Rings on Reddit had some left. You could check with her. That's at the Ink Swap subreddit. Look at my shipping label if it's... I'm really liking how this behaves on my dip nib. Alright, it's Poesie and then Bungu. That's really pretty. And friends, the reason I put a label on the top of the lid is when I store my ink in Alex drawers. Or just drawers period. It doesn't have to be an Alex drawer, but a drawer. So that way when I put my ink in the drawer, like down here, and then I open the drawer, it's a lot easier to find the ink by the label on top. These are really good sized bottles too. Yeah, 50 millimeters of ink. All right, the next one is Fur-iday. Fur-iday. And this one's a brown. I'm not sure why they use brown for Fur-iday. I want like a party color. And it's funny, friends, because I usually don't even like this color. So why I got a full bottle? Probably because there's a cat on the bottle. I am a sucker for cats. And I really do actually like Sailor inks. Fur-iday. Well, technically it's lowercase I, but... Do you ever have an ink or anything, and it doesn't have to be just ink, but that there's a collaboration and you just love it so much that you get it more for like the collaboration or like what's on the bottle? Like for me, if it's a cat, I'm probably going to get it. Case in point, Sailor Poesie Bungu box exclusive Fur-iday. That's like a dirt brown. My friends tease me because I call it dirt brown, but that's kind of what it looks like. It looks like Minnesota winters when the snow melts, which is where we're at right now in our spring. All right, and then we have PenBBS 1000 Peaks number 444. I forgot to do a label on that one. Let me add that real quick. All right, and there is no shimmer in this. I had a, oh geez, okay. I had a 5mm sample of this a while back from Soe and Soe, and I added shimmer to it, and I loved how it's looked, so I wanted to get a full bottle. Let's see if it looks the same as I remember it. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. So you might have already seen this in this purple inspiration video from my sample round. Oh, it's so nice. I have not had a bad experience with PenBBS inks. They flow really good. I do prefer like the more saturated ones. But I prefer more saturated inks to begin with anyway, so. Okay, friends, let's let this dry, and then we'll come back and look at it when they're all done. Okay, friends, this is mostly dry. There's only a couple in the pooling areas that are not. So the first one we have is Fanyantan Silver Horn King. It's a very dainty purple, like a blurple. That looks really pretty. That looks like a really nice spring ink. And then we have a Dream Ink Cyclic Sunny Days. I'm not seeing the shimmer too much in the writing. Again, that's the only issues that I've had with Dream Ink so far, is they like to pool. So where it's pooling, it's really pretty. It's got like a yellow, it's probably even just a gold shimmer, but it's very pretty. It's kind of like a mint green, like a minty, mint, I can't talk, friends. It's like a mint blue, like a bright, just a bright mint blue. And then we have Dream Ink Mermaid. The base almost looks like Thousand Peaks down here. Very standard purple. Not sure what it was doing here, but, and then it's almost like an iridescent shimmer. It's very pretty. Again, I mean, I kind of see it in the writing. You can see that little shimmer. And then Dream Ink Rose in the Yard. This is just crazy. That was when it came out, just globbed of shimmer. So we'll see how that performs in the pen. Very pretty. So far, out of those four, this is one I'd want to get a full bottle of, just because of how pretty it is. And then we have Sailor Poesie Bungu exclusive Mewsday Tuesday. And I'm almost thinking maybe it's just my paper. But this is a blue-gray, and it's pooling and haloing brown around the edges. I don't know, maybe it's just the paper. And then we have Sailor Fur-iday, Friday. A really light brown. Not a whole lot of shading. You can see it a little bit in the larger pools. So it's a nice ink. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm glad I have it because it's got a cat on the bottle. And then we have PenBBS Thousand Peaks. It's a really dark purple, but not like super dark where you can't see the purple in the writing. Add shimmer to this, friends. Trust me, add shimmer and it's perfect. It's amazing. So there we have it, friends. There's my Soe and Soe haul. Probably my only one for a while, just because it's, you know, trying to save money and all that jazz. But which one is your favorite out of here? Is there any that you would want to try? Let me know down in the comments what your favorite was. I think mine is of course, the one I didn't get a bottle of. Silverhorn King. Actually, I think maybe they were out of the big bottle when I got it. But either way, probably that one's the one I wish I would have gotten a bottle of. This one is a really fun color, and I, of course, needed more of that. So, alright, friends. Quick unboxing. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you're at. Remember that you matter, and to give yourself grace. Bye, friends.